How we doing, y'all? Welcome. It is a Sunday, so I figured, well, I've had enough of a break today. I had to take a little bit of a break because, I like to overwork myself, and when I say I'd like to, it's something I genuinely love doing. I love having 12 hours of live streaming, but really, unfortunately, sometimes you put yourself a little too much out there, and you kind of have to recover a little bit. So that's what I did. So thank you guys over on YouTube and Kick. I see both comments are now actually loading on my screen, which is great in one place. Love to see that. So everyone was like, where on earth is, like, I was getting DMs all day about it. Jake, you did a rapid reaction last week. Where's the rapid reaction for this week? Well, I was live on Bleacher Report last night, and normally I just download the VOD and I upload the VOD, but for whatever reason, it was not working. So I'm not going to be uploading it because I figured I'll just go live and we'll talk about last night's game. If you haven't already heard, my thoughts on it, kind of just the rapid takeaways and things like that. Not really getting too much in the stats, just like from a rewatching standpoint. I feel like the big takeaway from this game is the defensive line and the edge defenders for the LA Rams. Right now, I feel pretty good about this team. I do not share the same concern most people do about the quarterback Matthew Stafford staying healthy. I think everybody needs to stay healthy. That's really what it comes down to. I don't share the same concern with everybody in regards to the offensive line, because I thought last night was one of the best offensive line performances I've seen in a preseason game. Okay, I thought they played really well. All across the board. I mean, from Grant Miller to Alaric Jackson, I thought they all looked really good. So I'm not worried about that. The receiver room, not worried about. Running back room, absolutely not worried about. A lot of depth there in the running back room. Tight end room, not worried about. Hunter Long, well, Jake, they gave away, Jalen Ramsey, and they got Hunter Long in return. Yeah, that trade sucked, but it doesn't mean that just because the trade sucked, I want to play Hunter Long when I don't have to play Hunter Long. I think there's a good chance that we don't even see Hunter Long in a Rams uniform. I don't really see why they would, put that roster spot out there and cut one of these guys who's actually playing and showing you stuff for a guy who's only had one reception in his career in the NFL. First off. Secondly, a guy that has not played in preseason, has not put on your uniform. I'm not going out of my way to make sure I keep Hunter Long because he was part of a trade. He was a throw-in. That's what he was. Tyler Higbee is going to start. Bryson Hopkins, they really like. They like him so much, he's not even going to play in preseason. They're like, you've done enough. We believe in you. We saw you in the Super Bowl. We saw you last year. Bryson Hopkins, you're good to go. So then Davis Allen, who has had no OTAs, hardly any training camp. He goes out there, balls out, has 8 catches for over 50 yards on 8 targets. So this guy is catching everything. So, I mean, that's really impressive because he's playing a position, rookie position. You have to play 2 positions. You have to be a blocker. You have to be a receiver. I thought Davis Allen looked every bit what I expected him to look like. I think a lot of people get too lost in the sauce when it comes to tight ends. Oh, this tight end ran a 4.8. Well, I don't really give a damn because he doesn't run a 4.8 on tape. And when you're breaking tackles like that and you're moving the chains, I don't really care. I got Cooper Kupp, I got Van Jefferson, Tutu Atwell. I don't need you to have to run a 4.5. I don't need Evan Ingram, okay? I don't need Kyle Pitts. It's nice, but if I can get you in the 5th round because you ran a 4.8 and I still know you're going to be a chain mover, I don't really give a rip. So, love to see that out of Davis Allen. That was, one of my instant thoughts. Puka Nacua did not suit up. That tells me he's got the 4th receiver spot is on lockdown. He is good to go. There is no question he is going to be that 4th receiver in LA. The running backs, again, love it. Ronnie Rivers is going to make the team, I believe. He's looked great. He's creating yards that just simply aren't there. The run blocking wasn't great. Stetson, I think is going to be one of only 2 quarterbacks on the roster. I don't think they keep Rippon. After last night, Rippon barely plays. I think it's Stetson's job, the backup quarterback spot. And like, I'll be honest with you, I'm not worried about the quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, offensive line to a degree. Okay, Joseph Noteboom, what's the deal there? Is he going to make the team? Are they going to trade him? Okay, fine. AJ Curry looked good last night, which is good to see. Been really impressed with Zach Thomas lately, so not really worried about those. So really, it brings me to the defense, and of course, defense is going to be what we talk about the most, I think, because there are nobody really feels confident in this defense. I'm probably more confident than most people. We'll start from the back end, like with the secondary. John Johnson III looked really good last night. I'm not worried about him at all. He'll slide right in there. Jordan Fuller looked really good. Russ East has not played a down in preseason. Okay, that tells me that he's taken another step, and that's a good sign. Quentin Lake, hearing good things about him. He played a lot last night. I think Quentin Lake is going to be that hybrid. He'll play safety, but he'll also play that dime backer role. He'll be that linebacker right next to Ernest Jones, probably in those base 3-4, sets that we do see every now and then, formations. But I like Quentin Lake. Jordan Fuller just needs to stay healthy. I really like the safety room. Jason Taylor II, I am making the team right now. That he might not even make the team, but I like him as well. I think he'll offer something on special teams, which is to be said. I thought the special teams unit, okay, I'm not talking about special teams in general. I'm talking about the 3 special teams guys, Tanner Brown, Ethan Evans, and Alex Ward last night. All 3 rookies looked good. Tanner Brown did not miss a field goal or an extra point, and Ethan Evans is punting the crap out of the ball. He looks like he's going to be damn good. He just needs to worry about out-kicking the coverage, getting more hang time, and angling more out of bounds to kind of manipulate a returner to not necessarily have the space he needs to cut it back in and make things happen. Aside from that, love those guys. Safeties look good. It's going to be a little bit of an unfortunate thing because I thought, Cameron McCutcheon, who's not going to be talked about, the cornerback, the McCutcheon you should be talking about, because last year, was Lance McCutcheon. This year, it's Cameron McCutcheon, the corner who is wearing number 41. He really showed out, okay? 4 targets, 1 catch for 8 yards. I thought he did a splendid job in coverage on the boundary, had some really nice plays on the football. He's a guy that, look, it's not going to be easy to cut somebody like that. I can't see him making the team just because of how, deep I think this team is. And it's an oversight by a lot of people because I think this team has, good problems to have. When you look at the cornerback position, I think last night, I think we'd all agree, Travius Tomlinson has earned his right to start alongside Jacoby Durant and Akello Witherspoon, 2 guys that have not seen the field in preseason and won't. There's no reason for them to. So I think Travius Tomlinson has taken over that 3rd spot. I think Darion Kendrick gets number 4, and I think Robert Rochelle gets that 5th spot. And I think they keep 5 corners. Guys that could make the team, depending. I mean, not really seeing a whole lot of anyone else. I mean, Sean Jolly played last night, didn't really stand out. Tamarcus Davis got picked on, so not really a good look for him. So I would say look out for Cameron McCutcheon. There. I know obviously there are some other guys, but I think Cameron McCutcheon had a really good game last night, and he's been playing well. Jordan Jones, who started the game week 1, kind of lost that precedence. He's now going to go, he went down to like the 3rd or 4th quarter is the first time we saw him. So I don't know what that looks like, but inside linebackers, okay, Rams have an unfortunate, it's a good problem to have again. Their scheme, and since the fact that they're going to be playing more of a 3-3-5, they don't expect to have 2 inside linebackers starting most of the game. So because of that, they don't need to keep your stereotypical 4 or 5 inside linebackers on the active roster. They can keep 3, and they're going to. They're going to keep Ernest Jones. He's the starter, obvious. And then they're going to keep Christian Roseboom, who didn't play last night, and Jake Hummel, who had the pick 6. Those are the 3. Now, the reason it's a good problem to have is because they have an excess of talent, okay? You look at Damian Square, led all of the Rams last night in PFF grade. Okay, he had an elite 90+ grade out of Damian Square, the UDFA out of Kentucky. They like Ani Lebechi. Anya Lebechi is probably not going to make the team. And they also like Woodby. And Jaden Woodby, the former safety out of Boston College, is probably not going to make the team. So that's the thing, is that they have a lot of talent in the linebacker room. Thank you, DeAndre Square. Thank you. I said Damian Square. Damian Square is definitely a player. I don't know if it's a basketball player or what, but I've definitely heard that name before. It's like Axel Alta, your mic quality makes fun touch myself. Well, okay. I've never heard that before, but I guess that's a compliment. So thank you. Thank you for the follow, by the way. That's 518 followers over on Kick, which you love. Damian Square played for the Chargers. Okay. Thank you, Jeremiah. All right, so DeAndre Square had the best game of anybody according to PFF. The linebackers, the way it looks right now, they have a lot of talent that they're going to end up cutting. Okay. This is the biggest concern. If anybody throws anything towards the Rams about Stafford, Kupp, injuries, offensive line, just tell them to shove it. Because the biggest concern for the Rams is the interior defensive line and the edge room, which we kind of knew but didn't want to admit. Hear me out when I say this. Aaron Donald is the most dominant player in NFL history. Okay? You can call Tom Brady the GOAT, but the true most dominant player in NFL history, the best player, it's not close. There's always a question, is Brady, Rodgers, etc. They're all kind of on the same tier, Drew Brees. There's no tier. There's nobody on the level of Aaron Donald, right? He's in that room, and that room still is a question mark. Okay? Bobby Brown III at nose tackle. Is that going to be good enough? We saw some good things out of Bobby Brown last year. The Rams have had a hard time stopping the run this year in preseason. This is not Josh Jacobs. This is not Austin Eckler. This is not Christian McCaffrey. This is Elijah Dotson. This is guys like that. Okay? They have to be able to stop the run. Aaron Donald is fantastic. Okay? Aaron Donald, I'm not worried about. No one should be worried about. But then after that, after Aaron Donald, Bobby Brown III. Saw some good things last year. Is he a true nose tackle? We'll find out. Kobe Turner. My question with Kobe Turner is he more of a rusher than a run defender? And that's the problem, is that I think the Rams have a lot of like gap rushers here, interior rushers. Brown's a good rusher. I think Kobe Turner's a good rusher from the interior. Marquise Copeland can rush. I think he can also stop the run. I like him. Ernest Brown IV had some good stuff last night, and he's been impressive. He can also rush. He's got a rusher background from Northwestern. I mean, Jonah Williams, he can rush. He's more of a run defender. And Laurel Murchison, as well as Desjuan Johnson, who I don't have making the team currently. He's good enough, but I don't think they're going to keep him. He had a really good game yesterday, kind of quiet, but he's also a rusher. So my issue is they don't have enough gap eaters in the trenches right now. And I don't know what the plan is there, but I can tell you there are 3 guys out there that could help you out tomorrow or today even. And all you have to do is sign to a pretty cheap contract, I would imagine. All 3 are available to be had by anybody. First off, 29-year-old Matt Ioannidis, okay? Ioannidis is well-liked around the league. I don't know why he's available, but he is. He's 308 pounds. He's 6'3". He's a guy that can help you as a rusher, but he can also help in the run game. So he's a guy that's interesting there. Another one is a former Ram, 32-year-old Michael Brockers, who is a free agent currently. And it doesn't look like anybody has worked him out recently. The Lions ended up cutting him after the season. So I don't really know what's going to happen there, who he's going to sign with, if he does sign or retire or whatever. But Michael Brockers is another one. And then 33-year-old Akeem Hicks, who was one of the best interior defensive linemen in all of football. And he kind of fell off a little bit, I would say, to be fair, the last couple seasons, but he's still a good player. He's still going to give you, that big body, 6'5", 320-pound defensive tackle body, which can help. I think the writing is on the wall here. The Rams are not good enough in the trenches to have justified letting go of Greg Gaines and A'Shawn Robinson. And we knew this. We talked about this. They should not have let Greg Gaines or A'Shawn Robinson go. They probably should have kept both. They should have found a way. They definitely shouldn't have let him go and get paid as low as they did. It's one thing if Greg Gaines is getting his calculated market value. For a while, Spotrac had him at $8 million. He got $3 million. A'Shawn Robinson was over $8 million. He did not get close to that. So, look, what already happened. I'm not going to sit here and say they shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay? I like the direction they're going in. They had a really good draft, and they did address these positions that I'm talking about. But starting with the interior defensive line, do you feel confident so far? Some of these guys, mind you, are playing. So it's not everybody. It's not Aaron Donald, but for the most part, like Bobby Brown's playing. Marquise Copeland's playing. Kobe Turner's playing. Ernest Brown, Jonah Williams, all these guys are playing. Have you seen enough? Okay? Have you seen enough to be concerned about the run game? The run, like run defending? Because to me, I think I have. Now, I'm not concerned at the second level tackling. I'm not concerned at the linebacker room because I can tell you right now, first off, the linebackers I thought played pretty well to this point. Would be Square and the other one that I'm totally blanking on, Anya Lebechi. But what I am saying is that interior defensive line hasn't exactly been stout. I think it's okay to have a little concern about that area. Now, the result, I don't give a hoot about. They lost 34-17 back-to-back games. Consistency, am I right? But no, I'm not concerned about that. And neither should you be. But if you want to take out, again, going back to the individualism and all this, if you want to take out bits and pieces to be concerned about, this is one of them. The other one, and I'd say is even more concerning than the run game, is the lack of a pass rush. Chat, I tweeted this out. I couldn't even believe this. I tweeted this out a little bit earlier. The Rams only generated 7 pressures per PFF. Mind you, we're not talking about offensive line because that's a good day at the office. You only give up 7 pressures. That's good. The offensive line only gave up like 5. The offensive line was really good last night. Okay? I keep seeing spend more money on the offensive line. No. Offensive line was good last night. It's not going to be perfect. You're throwing guys in that don't play with each other. Havenstein wasn't out there. You have guys moving every which way. Offensive line was good last night. But the pass rush is not acceptable. They generated 7 pressures per PFF. Keir Thomas had 3 of those 7 pressures. The other 4 were accumulated by Nick Hampton, Kobe Turner, Desjuan Johnson, and Jonah Williams. Thomas had the only recorded sack of the game for LA. This is a concern. Daniel Hardy didn't see anything really last night. I know PFF graded him out like he had a really high win rate, but he didn't have a pressure, and I didn't see much. And for those of you that don't know, we're going to be doing a film breakdown. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on kick.com if you're on YouTube right now and haven't done so, because we will be doing film breakdown on the Kick channel on Tuesday. So we might switch it to Wednesdays when the season starts, but for the most part right now, I'm thinking Tuesday is going to be the best thing for us. We're going to drop it. Link is now in the chat in case you didn't see it, but we're going to be doing film breakdown. So I'll be breaking down this film with what I have. They don't have all 22 for preseason for whatever reason. But chat, I'm going to be honest with you. This 7 pressures is not going to fly come season. It's just not. It's not good enough. and it shouldn't be considered acceptable enough for the Rams. The week prior to this one, right, the Rams generated 10. So they generated 2 with Ernest Brown IV, 2 with Keir Thomas, 1 with Daniel Hardy, 1 with Bobby Brown, 1 with Tanner Ingle, a safety on a blitz, 1 with Laurel Murchison, 1 with Jonah Williams, and 1 with Marquise Copeland. So if you're doing the math at home, that is 5 out of 17 pressures have come off the edge. 5 out of 17, chat. 12 of the 17 pressures are coming from the interior. And that's why I'm concerned. But as you know, I don't just bring up things I'm concerned about. I give you ideas. It's why I came to the table with the 3 ideas to help the defensive line room, going out and getting a veteran in Brockers who has familiarity, going out and getting somebody in Ioannidis, going out and getting somebody in Akeem Hicks. Takeover says Indomitian Sue is still there. So, yes, I mean, that's another one. But edge defenders, you're running out of options. The guys that are available right now, you got Mario Addison, who was a good player, and now he's okay to below average. He's 32. So, is that really worth it? I don't know. Then you have Melvin Ingram, who he's getting up there, 34, 35 years old. I think the best option is still, I believe he's 32 as well, is Carlos Dunlap, who played last year with the Kansas City Chiefs and won a Super Bowl. Carlos Dunlap is probably the best this year. Okay? That's what I would say. He's the best option right now. Now, some of you might be like, what about Robert Quinn? If you haven't heard. Robert Quinn had an arrest, drunk driving, and then driving away from the scene of an accident, a hit and run. So he's not an option. Okay? And that's what I'll say there. The Rams don't have a lot of options. A lot of you out there that were saying Jadeveon Clowney would have been a good option. Jadeveon Clowney is now signed with the Ravens. Justin Houston, gone, right? So there are already guys that have signed for the most part, and I think the biggest needs are defensive line and edge. So over the next week or so, right, I'm going to be looking for teams and seeing if I can compile a list of players that could get cut at these positions, making a master list, adding to it if I need to, and keeping you guys posted. That's, I think, the plan. Because I think the Rams are going to take advantage for the first time in a while, them being the 6th team in the waiver order, which, by the way, they still stay the 6th team in the waiver order, didn't reset because they made a couple claims earlier. They're going to be the 6th team in the waiver order, come cut day. That's good. They're not normally there. They've put in claims before. Curtis Weaver comes to mind. If you guys remember that pass rusher, they really liked him, and I believe Cleveland got him, and then Miami got him. But yeah, they've tried to claim guys before, and they haven't been high enough priority on the waiver wire. Now they are. So you like to see that. That's a good thing. But that's where we are right now. Is that at this point in time, chat, they're going to have to add some guys outside the organization. They don't even necessarily have to be veterans. They have to be guys that have more of a pass rush plan. They have to be guys that have counters. They have to be guys that have a toolbox off the edge. And then guys that are interior wise, these are guys that have to stop the run, sell out, be gap eaters. Okay. Stop the run, make it easier on the linebackers behind them. It's just not going to be easy based on what I'm seeing, because the growing pains I can handle, but I don't know how good these edge defenders are, chat. I don't. I like Hoyt and what he did last year. I like the potential of Nick Hampton, but I mean, if you're asking me who should start, it's Byron Young and Keir Thomas, and I haven't seen enough of Byron Young, and Keir Thomas wasn't even expected to make the team by some people. And now I have him potentially as, like, I would start him if I was doing this team. So I think they should go out and get Dunlap, figure it out, find a way to get him on board, bring in Dunlap to be the starter alongside Byron Young. And then I would probably sign a Brockers or Akeem Hicks or Ioannidis for the interior, and then see who's available after the cut downs. Because there's going to be good players. There always are. It's going to get tougher and tougher each year, it seems like. The more, I mean, these UDFAs are getting better and better, it seems like, right? It's a tough thing out there. So another thing is also, since like COVID and like basically the draft process has kind of changed a little bit. Since COVID, it's kind of been like everyone has their clique of like who they scout. We only scout this, from this school now, or we only draft from this school. So a lot of those small school guys are falling through the cracks, and really talented small school guys, I'll add, are falling out of the draft entirely, and they're there to be picked up. So we could see some good players available this year post the draft, I would say, or post cut day. So that's an interesting little thing there. I'm going to try and catch up on the comments. Appreciate you guys being so active. This is awesome. We have over 140 people on YouTube, and we got 14 people right now on Kick. So appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're on Kick, be sure to hit the follow button. And if you're not on Kick but want to watch our, film breakdowns each week, then you can sign up for an account. It'll take, 30 seconds. The link is now pinned in the chat. So you can head on over there if you want to be a part of that. Monty, I just saw. Thank you so much for the 5. Appreciate you. Salute, Jake. The interior will be a problem if Donald getting double and no one else is eating, but we didn't get creative with blitz packages with Brunt. Yeah, so I agree with you. So he's going to need more help. That's really what it comes down to. You can neutralize Donald if you just triple team him the entire game. And like, there's some, I'm not going to like go crazy, and I'm not going to like trash these players, because I like a lot of these players. I've interviewed some of these players, but like, they're edge defenders I'm seeing that don't have a pass rush plan. Like, they get into the grill of whoever, right? They're going one-on-one with whoever on the left tackle or the right tackle. And they don't have a counter, or it's just like there's not much there. There's no arsenal. They're just like, I'm going to try this one speed move to the outside, come off the arc and try to swat the ball out. Like, these guys aren't like game changers. You don't see ghost spin moves. You don't see jump chops, things like that. You do it occasionally, but there's some of these guys that just, I don't know. It's definitely, there's just not enough pressure coming off the edge, and that's a problem. And it will continue to be a problem in all likelihood. So, yeah, the hope is that they'll figure it out. That's the hope. But we'll see. Maybe they won't. Maybe it's going to be a brutal thing moving forward. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. But I do think that it's pretty obvious the Rams want to see what they had in the younger guys. Totally understandable. Now that they should know that they have some stuff, but not enough to throw these guys right in the fire and start right away. Byron Young, I'm all for it. Let him start. Let's see what he has. I'm all for it. They didn't even let him play yesterday. Okay. Which speaks volumes, honestly. But yeah, I just think that end of the day, there's going to need to be a little bit of a, there's going to need to be some additions for sure, is what I will say. All right, so let's look over on Kick first, since there's not as many comments, so I can rip right through these. So like Mark Barron did. Oh, you're talking about Lake? Yes, kind of like what Mark Barron did. You like Hummel at linebacker too? Let's see. The Nick W. What up, Jake? And yes, I'm absolutely worried about both edge and run stopping. We need help. I agree. 100% Nick. What's up with you? Appreciate you being in here. Sad about Quinn. Very sad. Very, very unfortunate about Robert Quinn. Bummer to see that. KDSR, what's up? Man, Jake, you're right. Own run defense is a problem. It's true. It's definitely true. The Nick W. CFA, we don't say UDFA anymore. Yeah, so I've seen that. I'm still going to call him UDFA by habit. But why are they moving it to CFA? I hope it's not like it's not like an offensive thing. I hope to God that's why. That's not why people are doing it. Anyway, Jazz, let's ride. Get the likes up. Appreciate you, Jazz Flute. Yes, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoy this. We have a goal of 100. I don't know why it says 200. Oh, I put 200 last night, but I guess it changed it for all my scenes, so that's awesome. Although it's not working, so I don't know what's going on with the like button, chat. Like button doesn't like me. I don't know. I don't know, man. I do not know. It's... Let's put the 100 back. I'm going to do this real quick. Good Lord. How long does it take? Okay. And... says 0 still. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Coach, how you doing? What's up? Brian, how you doing? You were at the game last night. Raiders fans are so annoying, LOL. Oh, I can only imagine. It's so annoying. And I gotta say this, guys. I keep it football here. You know that. I mean, not really. I guess JE Live kind of goes off the rails all the time. I'm going to say it. If you are fighting at a game, you are an asshole. Okay? If you're looking for a fight, if you're... look, I've been in a fight before. Sometimes things happen where someone hits somebody that you are with and you take action. That's kind of different. But if you are instigating a fight, if you're going out of your way to fight someone because you're a drunken fool who's mad because someone doesn't like your team, then you, my friend, are an idiot and you're an asshole, okay? And fighting at a preseason game, fighting at a freaking preseason game, like I just saw like that Niners clip that's going around. Did you see those baboons fighting? Did you see them? Why are you fighting? It is a 49ers preseason game against the Broncos. The Broncos. The hell are you fighting for? I mean, good God. Then it, like, I don't know why, but like fighting culture is like considered like cool. There are apparently a bunch of pages on Twitter that share them and they're like, oh yeah, dude, this fight. No, it's like weak. It's amazing how hyper masculine fighting is considered. And yet every time I see it, it's always like, what is that? You're not fighting. You look like a joke. Stop it. And it's also like people are taking their kids there, man. So now their kid, like they have to explain to their kids, yeah, sorry, adults, they don't act like adults. Well, actually, you should be explaining to your kids that adults don't act like adults. I had that realization. There was a boss I won't name. I had the realization very early on in the workforce that, you know, treat your elders with respect, or whatever the hell the saying is. And just assuming that your elders are going to be smarter than you and more knowledgeable and are going to be better than you, that's a wrong assumption. There's still older people out there that act like child. They act like children. They act like petulant children. And unfortunately, well, we see that on full display with, with those fighting. So yeah, don't be an asshole. Don't fight. Stop fighting. Please, for the love of God, stop fighting. If you are fighting because you're defending, if your kid gets socked in the face, okay, you're justified. Go and beat the pulp out of that guy. Like, if anybody lays a hand on my kid, I don't have a kid, but if anyone did, theoretically, I'd have to fight back. I'd have to protect my kid. If anyone lays a hand on my sister, my brother, my dad, my mom, my best friend, okay. But I mean, you see the fights and it always starts off with like, man, the 49ers are trash. What'd you say? What'd you say? Like, are we for real? God, I can't even tell you how many times I would have gotten expelled from high school if I had to fight someone every time somebody said the Rams were trash to me. Like, I would have gotten completely kicked. I never would have graduated high school. I got bullied so hard for being a Rams fan, and it didn't end until I graduated high school. I mean, come on now. Like, if I, that's why I laugh at it. Because I'm like, bro, I'm in upstate New York wearing a Robert Quinn jersey the day after he gets drafted. Do you know how much fun I was how much I was made fun of for that? Do you know how much I was made fun of for that? Wearing a Robert Quinn jersey to school? Who the hell's Robert Quinn? I'm not kidding you. Like, it was night and day. You wore a Steven Jackson jersey? Oh, the Rams are trash, bro. Like, Rams are awful. Why are you a Rams fan? It's New York, man. You should like the Giants. Like I said, based on your criteria of how you get into a fight, if I were to follow your criteria, 49ers, Raiders, whatever fighting fans, if I were to follow that criteria, then I would have been expelled from school. Because apparently your criteria is anytime anybody says anything bad about your team, you take it personally because you look like a freaking fruitcake. You take it personally, and then you start throwing fisticuffs. No, can't do it. And again, why do we take... Like, don't get me wrong. Love this team. I love covering this team. I love the fan base. But when someone says the Lambs, I just think they have a low IQ. I don't have to throw fisticuffs out there. I don't throw a hissy fit. I don't take it like they just insulted my mother. But these people do. And I don't know why. Like, if you call the Rams, no offense, if you call the Rams the Lambs, I just think you have a low IQ. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Is that, oh, okay, this person isn't very smart. It's not even like they prove to me they're not very, like, it's just like, I just assume, like, okay. It's like how, like, code switching, you know, how people will have different ways that they talk to different types of people, you know? It's kind of like the assumption when you're, you know, if you're talking in a way like I'm streaming on Kick and I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone with like my buddies, okay? And I'm just hanging out, vibing, like, yo, what up, chat? I'm not going in to an office. You know, I'm not interviewing for a job saying, yo, what up, boss? How we doing? Hit the like button, you know? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's that same concept is like, I might be intelligent, but now that hiring manager is instantly going to think I'm a freaking idiot. And I'm not intelligent at all. It's the same thing with the Lambs. Like, if you hear Lambs, don't you instantly assume that person's stupid without even knowing them? You're just like, oh, you're one of those guys. You know? Kind of like how, like, the stereotypical, the Karens and the Chads. Or I guess they're calling them the Kens now. Because Barbie. But that's what I'm talking about, man. It's like, good Lord. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. You're a Lambs fan. A Lambs? All right. There is a freaking minor league baseball team called the Montgomery Biscuits. The Biscuits. I didn't make that up. Google it if you don't believe me. Okay? The Biscuits. But anyway, there's a team called the Biscuits. I don't think anybody's called the Lambs. Like, that's how stupid. No one would call their team the Lambs. I don't think anybody's calling them the Lambs. But there are people like, oh yeah, the Rams, they meant the Lambs. Monty's like, I'm actually eating a biscuit. Yeah, no, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. The Montgomery Biscuits, man. If you don't believe me, I don't know what else to tell you. It's real. Not kidding. But yeah, it's like I said, I started off, I was like, yeah, I don't want this JE Live to go off the rails. I don't care. I was scrolling my Twitter for 2 seconds to try to find the tweet that I had, which I read, by the way. But then I was just like, nah. I just saw that fighting with the 49ers thing, and I was just like, no, we got to hash this out. We also got to hash out one thing. Not all 49ers fans are that person or those people or the fighting people or the people saying Lambs. I've actually had great respectful conversations with some 49ers fans. The 49ers creators in general. I think some of them are great people. Okay. Crystal is great on Twitter. Wayne is great. Johnny Dells is great. CG Ruthless is great. Coach is great. He's in here right now, I believe. I mean, I've had great conversations. There are great people in every fan base. Just like there are awful people in the Rams community, there are awful people in the 49ers, there are awful people in the Patriots, Packers, Ravens, etc. There are also great people in the Rams. They're great people in the Patriots. They're great people in the 49ers, etc. Like, I got to make that very clear because I don't want that to go like generalizing any fan base. When we say this fan base is trash or this fan base is no. That's your experience. It's no different than when that dude comes out or the girl comes out and it's just like all men are trash. No, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. The guy you were dating who was 27 years old when you were in high school was a dirtbag, okay? That doesn't mean I'm a dirtbag. That doesn't mean John down the street's a dirtbag. It doesn't mean Joe across the street's a dirtbag. It doesn't mean anybody in the comments section who's a dude is a dirtbag. You just had a bad experience with a dirtbag. It doesn't make every male a bad person. It's the same thing with a woman. Just because you had a bad experience dating somebody, or just in general, or just like being friends, doesn't make all women bad. We got to stop generalizing, man. I know we got to stop generalizing, man. We generalize all the time. It's so ridiculous. It's insanity. But anyway, like I said, we went way off the rails. But hopefully, idiots is the word. Ranchero says, yep. Yep, it is. Nick W, I think it may be because undrafted free agent kind of make it sound like they aren't good enough to be drafted. So probably has something to do with that. I don't know, man. That just seems like offended culture. And I'm not saying it's you, but like, do you think, like, I do a show with an undrafted rookie free agent and Cameron Lynch, and he's never once said like that made him feel a certain way. I don't know. Good Lord. And that is the sign of the times. 2023, we got to change undrafted rookie free agent to college free agent because we don't want to offend anybody who doesn't get drafted. Who gives a shit? Kurt Warner wasn't drafted. Do you think he cares? That's funny. Again, not knocking you, Nick. Definitely not knocking you. I'm just saying that's funny to me. It is. It's just funny to me. I don't know. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Well, yeah, Lambs is the G-rated trash talk. I mean, trash talk in general is so cringy. Oh, yeah, Nick. No, I agree with you 100%. It's ridiculous. That's probably why you had that. I saw the, or it was either this or that. I saw the emote or the emoji. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. Rusty. So how we doing, guys? How we doing? I have my takeaways pretty quickly, I would say. Yeah, I never looked too much into that. The freezing and all that. It's just, and the thing that bothers me is, so you'll have a moment where you say something like that, someone gets offended and then somehow makes it a political statement. Like, that's the issue, okay? And it's just like, look, it's not that I don't care about people, okay? Like, I care about social issues and all that. But it's just like the idea, like, college free agent now. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's silly. Like, renaming stuff to, like, you know, appease this 1%er population is just, it's silly to me. But that's just me. Rams House TV, you're good? Hey, appreciate you. You guys doing well? Rusty, Jake, are the Rams gonna go money ball in the waiver wire? They might. Wouldn't put it past them. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the like button. If you're in the chat, you just have to scroll out of it real quick and just hit the thumbs up. Helps me a lot. Except for the fact that my interactive like bar that I tried so hard to get to work doesn't work for whatever reason. I'm going to do a final 53-man roster projection after the last preseason game. Yep. Oh, it's going well, Rams. Rams House TV. I mean, I think really what it comes down to is that, you know, we're getting close to the NFL season. I'm seeing the growth on YouTube. I'm seeing the growth on Kick. And it's just getting excited, man. It's getting very exciting to see that. You know, we're not there yet, but we are getting closer to what could be called 20K, and that's 20K subscribers. So, you know, when you talk about getting to such a big number, something that I set out to achieve when I first started, I mean, it's good stuff. You know, we're almost at 19K, so we're getting there. We'll be at 20K, I'd imagine, I don't know, decently soon. Like, probably the first month of the season. But I don't know. But just seeing that growth, and just to be already over 500 followers on Kick is huge too. You think 49ers versus Rams has ascended to a top 5 rivalry in the NFL? Doug, I would agree with you. And I think that for people that say, you know, East Coast versus West Coast, like East Coast bias, I also agree with that, because for whatever reason they think we care about Dallas and the Giants facing each other on Monday Night Football or whatever. We do not. But I think that the 49ers and Rams were able to like rehash and re-spark that rivalry because of their NFC title game that everyone in the country saw. That's what happens, is when you immediately, you're playing, it doesn't matter how many times the Niners have beaten the Rams over the last meeting. Everyone in the country saw that NFC title game. That's what they remember. Like when you think of Rams, 49ers, You think of the NFC title game. So it has become a rivalry. Shanahan versus McVay is very much intact. The Christian McCaffrey getting him over the Rams, like that was very much a chapter in that rivalry's storybook. You know, going out and getting Matthew Stafford before Kyle Shanahan could was another one, you know. So they've kind of been just trading blows and whatnot. And yeah, I think it has become more national than people are aware of. No, it's the week 17 ending with the NFC Championship. That's true. That's a good point. Those two battled it out. That was like 3 games between each other. 2 games. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the best. It's by far the best rivalry in that division. And in the conference, I mean, currently, I don't know. It's like with like Yankees Red Sox, like it's not as iconic. And I've always said this: Yankees Red Sox doesn't feel as iconic as it used to be. There has to be a consistency there, and the Red Sox kind of fell off, and now the Yankees are falling off. So I mean, in reality, it's just not really a rivalry right now. It's not something that you're like. It is, but it's not something that's like really, you know, imperative to watch. Whereas Rams and 49ers is definitely a rivalry. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah. Majority of the Niner fans we deal with nowadays were born either right before or after the last Super Bowl, yet keep claiming 5 rings like they existed for all of them. LOL. Yeah, that is a little silly. That is something I've noticed. Yeah, I think going back to the game last night, because I know we got a little off topic. You know, Stetson Bennett, I saw way too many that were like, it's not a big deal at all. I saw way too many that were saying that he's a bust. I think it's important just to realize this is the second game he's played in the NFL. Okay? Last night wasn't great. We don't have to sugarcoat it. We don't have to make excuses. Last night was not great for Stetson Bennett. But it didn't have to be. Like, he doesn't have to make the team. He's already made the team. When you're drafted in the 4th round, you pretty much made the team. It's that simple. So, you know, I'm not concerned with Stetson Bennett. Who will be RB1? Cam Akers. Cam Akers without a doubt. Kyron Williams will be RB2. RB3 will probably be Ronnie Rivers. What's up, Carlos? Cut downs are at the end of the month. I forget the exact cut day. Let me see if I can find it for you. August 29th. Needs to have 90 players cut down to 53. Keep an eye out. We should see some cuts come through this week. I would imagine the Rams will get on that sooner than later. And here's the reason for those of you who are like, why wouldn't they let him, play in preseason and get some film out there? It's actually quite the opposite. So they actually want to help some of these guys out that they know aren't going to make the roster. They don't want to waste their time. So they might cut guys now to kind of give them that opportunity to maybe, okay, an injury happened, you can go and sign with that team, or they can go and claim you. You could play for them. Maybe you make that team. It's not is like, never look at it as like, oh, they're trying to screw him over so they can get him back. That's not what they want to do at all. No, Lance McCutcheon's not making the team. Last night, if there was any doubt, last night put all that doubt to bed. He did not have one target. I didn't even see him on the field. No Boom is not starting, no, Carlos. I don't see it. Yeah. Yeah, so Troy Hill signing with the Panthers. He's back with Ejiro Evero, so love that for him. Just really the fit wasn't there for the Rams. It's kind of what I was saying. You guys were asking me, Troy Hill, John Johnson, who makes sense? And I was telling you, I'm like, I'm hearing John Johnson's possible. I'm hearing Troy Hill's not happening. And that's pretty much what we ended up finding out, is that Troy Hill just wasn't going to be an option. The reason being is that the Rams feel like they're in a good position. They really like their cornerback room, and they want to ride it out. They want to see what they have in Darion Kendrick, Robert Rochelle, and, of course, Tomlinson. Jacoby Durant and Ahkello Witherspoon are guaranteed day one starters. So, I think at this point in the game, it didn't make any sense for them to go and sign Troy Hill and potentially stunt one of these younger corners' growth. So, that's that, but what's up, Reek? Ricardo, thank you so much for the 5. Jake, the one I didn't feel comfortable with is No Boom. He is just too injury prone. It sucks because at the end of the day, it's like when it comes to No Boom, I liked their approach, and they had a plan, and then Whitworth gave them more years than they probably anticipated. So they were like, well, we're not going to just get rid of Whitworth. So they signed him, and at that point, No Boom's had a hard time staying healthy. I mean, I interviewed him at the Senior Bowl, so I've always had some sort of like fandom for him. He was one of my first interviews. Good dude. Gave me his time, so I appreciate that. And I liked him in college. I liked his athleticism at TCU. I remember them saying when he was drafted, the Rams got the lesser guy out of TCU. They should, Matt Pryor's better. Let's see what Matt Pryor's doing. He's currently with the 49ers. Never would have guessed that because he's not even close to starting. So I didn't get that comment at all when the draft happened. But anyway, they said Matt Pryor was better. No Boom right now is just in a whirlwind because he's trying to come back from a devastating injury. Now he suffers another injury. There's been a lot of injuries in his career. He's had a hard time staying healthy. Unfortunately, the Rams just don't have time to just let it happen, right? Like, it's like, oh yeah, we'll just let him figure it out. And they don't have time. They already, they signed him. He needs to get going because that's a lot of money. And if they didn't pay No Boom, they probably could have paid Greg Gaines or A'Shawn Robinson. So just think about that. So it is upsetting to see this nonetheless. But what I would say is that they're either going to get value out of him as a right guard. He's going to either be a right guard, the sixth man, or those brutal yawns, man. They take so long. Or he's going to be traded or cut. That's it. That's where we are right now. Traded, cut, starting right guard, backup tackle. That's it. That's No Boom. Alaric Jackson's won the left tackle job. Just like I said he would. What cut would surprise me? I'm going to say something that's possible for some people to believe, but I think would be a surprise cut. I would genuinely be surprised if Robert Rochelle got cut. I thought he played extremely well last night. The obvious thing with him is that when they drafted him, this is a wide receiver that moved to corner. He's learning the position. It was never going to be easy. So to cut him now would seem to be really weird to me. So that would be shocking. Man, the yawns are hitting me, man. What the hell? Is it the way I'm sitting? Like, I'm not tired. I don't know why it's hitting me. McClendon getting cut would be surprising. I don't know, but I could see a surprise cut that you might not see. Tyler Johnson. I could see Tyler Johnson getting cut. Sko's not getting cut. No, Sko's not getting cut. I can't see Robinson. I could see Johnson. Jeremiah, I'm with you. I loved what I saw from Davis Allen too. Got any players you think or wish the Rams would place in the practice squad? Yeah, so right off the bat, I'm thinking the 3 linebackers. I hate sneezing, dude. It's the worst. I hate it. I would rather be waterboarded for 2 minutes than have to sneeze. I don't care how ridiculous that sounds. I say it all the time. Maybe it's this. Maybe the fan's too pointed at me. I don't know. I feel like I'm catching a cold just by sitting here. It's ridiculous. What the hell's happening? Okay. Let's see. Going back to that. Where'd the comment go? I know Edwin posted it. Now it's gone. Oh, any players I wish the Rams should place in the practice squad. Okay. So, practice squad. Let's put it together. With 14 guys you get now? I can look this up. Never mind. Let's see. NFL practice squad. $16. Okay. You can have 16 on a squad. All right, let's do it. You ready? All right. So I got the depth chart right in front of me so I can do this in order. Quarterback, we're not putting anybody in the practice squad. If Rippin, maybe Rippin, but I think he gets picked up. Royce Freeman, I'll say. Royce Freeman practice squad. So that's 1. Tyler Johnson 2, if he doesn't get picked up. Xavier Smith 3. Austin Trammell 4. Okay. Let's see here. McAllister. So that's 5. So it's Royce, Xavier, Trammell, McAllister. 4. Okay. No. Royce, Tyler Johnson. Oh, wait. No, I have Tyler Johnson making it currently. Okay. Royce, Austin Trammell, Xavier Smith. 3. McAllister 4. Grant Miller 5. Cameron McDonald 6. Yeah, I'm gonna say 5. I don't think any of the tight ends are getting kept personally, so 5. 5. Desjuan Johnson 6. Van Valkenburg 7. Mathis 8. Daniel Hardy 9. Woodby 10. Square 11. Anya Lebechi 12. So I got 4 more, guys. 4 more. All right, so 4 more here. We'll go Tanner Engel 1, Tyon Davis, excuse me, 2, Cameron McCutcheon 3, and we'll do set 1 more. Davis, Engel, McCutcheon, Gray or Jolly, I would say. I like Volkswagen. Dude's a solid player. I like that. I could see Hunter Long being on the practice squad. Caleb Chason would be a funny turn of events because he was part of the Jalen Ramsey trade. That pick became him. So, I mean, I'd be all for it. If the trade was cheap, I'm not going to give up too much. He might get cut outright. Looks like I see a lot of Hunter Long cut. Guys, we have over 130 people in here. If you could do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. We got 67 likes. So yeah, do me a favor and hit that. Also, again, if you haven't already, now is the time. Let's see. Now is the time. YouTube. Please send that list to the Rams ASAP. Thank you, Jake. Gilbert, I will. Again, YouTubers, if you guys want Tuesday, I think we're going 7 p.m. Eastern time Tuesday. We're doing a live stream on Kick exclusively, breaking down the game tape of the Rams and Raiders. So if you want to be a part of that, be sure to follow kick.com/JKBogan. Alex is like, go ahead and angle that body armor logo more centered to the camera. We're trying to get sponsored over here. Oh, okay. Is that centered enough for you? All right. In a matter of a true life event, by the way, I have decided to hang up the gloves and stop drinking Snapple. I'm going to be drinking Snapple, right? But not the giant bottles on the stream. And the reason being is because those have 70 grams of sugar, if you didn't see my tweet. And I just had kind of this feeling the other day I need to cut sugar out of my diet, at least cut it in half. So 70 grams and I was drinking 2 of them. So you guys are seeing one on one live stream, and then I'd go on Kick and I'd have another one on Kick. That's a lot of sugar. So I've been told I don't need to worry about sugar yet. I'm only 27. Like, it's going to get worse over time. Worry about it then. And I'm like, why worry about it then if I can make a change now? So is this a lot of sugar? Yeah, it's still a lot of sugar. It's 49 grams. But I just, I cut 21 grams of sugar out of it. And I don't need to drink a ton of these. This feels more filling anyway. I'm off Snapple. Maybe that's why I'm yawning so much. Maybe. No, I think my body hates me because I streamed 12 hours yesterday. Then I barely got any sleep. Went out, ran some errands, came back, took a nap, and now I'm streaming again. Body's gonna have to get used to it, man. I'm a full-time streamer. Now, let's be honest over here, okay? I'm a full-time streamer, but people on YouTube are probably like, Jake, you're not full-time. You go 1 to 2 hours on YouTube every now and then. You're not full-time. Oh, I am. I stream 4 to 6 over on Kick. So I am a full-time streamer, YouTube content creator. We do it all up in here. Do it all up. The Snapple withdrawals. Monty, are you making fun of me? Thoughts on Davis Allen, Jake? Mark, I love Davis Allen. First off, love Davis Allen. Loved him before he became a Ram. Was one of my guys that we mentioned on Off the Edge and Believe in Rams. And I'm not shocked at all that he's better than people expected. This is who I thought. This is him. This is who I thought he'd be. Body armor does go hard. Bolt 23. Did you just clip something? What did you clip? What did I say? Well, I don't know why I can't check it out. You clipped something on Kick. I can see it. My guy just you clipped me sneezing and saying I'd rather be waterboarded for 2 minutes. By the way, fun fact, I say that every time I sneeze. I think that's the first time I said it on air. I don't know why, but like I always say it. I don't know why. It's a joke, but I'm kind of half serious. I hate sneezing that much. I mean, it's not like I'm signing up to get waterboarded or anything. It's not like a weird fetish. I'm just saying I'd rather just have that than sneeze. Drink some pre-workout, Jake, and stay lit all stream. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to start drinking some creatine. That's what I'm going to start doing. Drinking more creatine. How good that shit is for you. Creatine is so good, man. You're very tempted to not clip this. What do you mean by that? Me calling you out or me giving you credit? Nah, hit the smelling salts. Nah, I'm good. I don't mess with any of that. Body Armor's low calorie, zero sugar added flavors go hard. Peach mango if y'all ain't ever tried it. Yeah, I like Body Armor. This is the blue raspberry one, obviously, because I zoomed in on it when I basically shoved it right in the middle. But you know, I like Body Armor. I'm gonna try different ones. You got to be careful, and this is where I'm trying to like not run into issues. You got to be careful of what you're consuming. What is the zero sugar? That's what that's the thing. There's so much out there. So I'm trying to learn more about it. I feel like every day there's something, right? Like aspartame does this and stevia does this, and stevia is good, by the way. I don't think anything's wrong with stevia. But sucralose is the one that I keep reading about that apparently is bad for you. So I'm like, good God, dude, sucralose is in everything. It's like, what the hell am I supposed to do? And then I remember a certain somebody once told me that if you look at the internet for too long, you'll find out that everything is bad for you, including water. So it's like, look, I guess I made the change to cut some sugar down. It's not like I'm getting rid of sugar completely out of my diet, but I'm cutting it in half. So that should count for something, right? Should. We'll see if it does. Also I gotta start going back to the gym too. I'm just getting used to like my lifestyle, you know? Like right now my lifestyle is, hey, you cover the Rams, you cover the NFL, you do 3 shows, you do a live stream on YouTube, talk show on YouTube and Kick, and then you stream video games for a living on Kick. For a living is very, very, you know, air quotes needed. That's why anytime you're sick, never go on WebMD. Oh my God, I know. Nolan, you know. You definitely know. Every time you're sick or your dog's sick or you have like a weird feeling in your throat, and you go on the internet, they're like, yeah, it's some sort of form of this. And you're like, wow. So I feel dead inside. And then you look it up and you're like, yeah, it's not that bad. And you're like, well, what do I believe? 0 sugar added. Hopefully people will still read the nutrition facts, realize there's still sugar in the drink. But still better than your average can of Coca-Cola. Oh, I cut out soda. So the last time I drank soda, I mean, I have it every now and then. And what I mean by every now and then is like every 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 months. I mean, we're talking like a Sprite here and there. But I cut soda completely out of my diet for the most part. I don't eat a super healthy diet, but I cut soda out. Yeah, I don't go crazy with that. So... yeah, I mean, I think the most unhealthy thing that I drink was probably Snapple. And that was honestly, it's only unhealthy because of the sugar, because it's natural. It's not like it's crap, but still there's so much sugar in it. Jake's Ellenbogen on stream comeback. Yeah, I got to get back to the gym. I got to get swole again. Soda is very bad for you. You're absolutely right. The problem is a lot of these things that are sweetened also have those sweeteners that are linked to things that aren't great. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I feel that, Exotic. I mean, soda always made me feel like garbage after I drink it. I mean, you are what you eat. You know? JE Fitness Live. No, far from that. This is not a fitness channel. I am not a fitness trainer. Do not. This is not fitness advice. This is just Jake venting. Not venting, just sharing. Oversharing. But hey, there's still people in here, so clearly y'all are interested. I mean, I would hope at this point we realize JE Live, while the topic at hand is the topic at hand, it's also a time where we can converse and have some fun and interact and just talk about whatever. You ordered your Jake shirt? What Jake shirt are you talking about? Does it say Good God on it? Now I'm curious. Monty, I appreciate you. Well, that would explain like why I look like Grimace. Jake will soon be more swole than AD. That's never happening. Oh, that's awesome, Monty. Appreciate that. That's baller. Yeah, see, I'm so bad at promoting my merch, guys. I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's there. If you guys want to buy it, it helps. If you don't, okay. But no, I appreciate the love. You like body armor edge bolt? I'm sorry, what? The green onion one? I hope you don't mean drink, Jeremiah. Are you talking about salts? Which I'm not doing the smelling salts. It's not happening. I'm not doing that. HD, am I gaming tonight? Yes, I am. You bleed royal blue and mustard yellow? Will, you should get that looked at. No, that's cool. Mia was cool. I don't really use it anymore, Nolan, but what's the sugar additive in that? What do they use for that? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Oh, Davis Allen can block. He's not going to be like a blocking specialist, but he's a good blocker. What changes everything? I just drink water, tea, and milk. Yeah, for the most part, this is what I drink. Okay, water. I drink Rise, the mushroom coffee. So good, and it's good for you. So I drink the Rise mushroom coffee, water. I cut Snapple out, so I now drink Body Armor. An occasional beer every now and then. And I don't know. I think that's it. I don't drink a lot. I mean, I drink a lot, but I don't drink a bunch of different things. I do not remember the Mio slogan. Mushroom coffee. I can't drink coffee. It makes me nauseous. I had some serious caffeine withdrawal that I went through because during COVID, I wasn't working at the office anymore. When I was working at the office, I would get coffee a lot. What I realized is I would just get coffee a lot because it was an excuse to get up from my desk from a job I hated. So I had the realization that I didn't really like coffee that much when I started working from home. That's the hope ascending, is that Bobby Brown is going to be the second best defensive line on the squad. If he's not, then that's going to be a problem. Chase Young, likely or not, I would say it's a 50-50 call with Chase Young. If anybody is going to acquire him this season, I think it's the Rams, because I think they're willing to give up picks that other teams aren't. But I don't know. Yeah, I like that too. I thought that was cool. The fact you had that reference on deck. Yeah, he was on that. Alex is always good with the references, man. Johnny on the spot. So, I'm not sponsored by them, but Rise Coffee. I'm going to try and find the... Let's see. Where's the ingredients? Just so I give you kind of an idea of what it is. That's not it. What the hell, man? I guess they don't have it on there. They should. Rise mushroom coffee. Okay. So all it is organic coconut MCT oil, organic coffee, and then it's got a blended in with mushrooms. So it's got cordyceps, reishi, king trumper, shiitake, lion's mane, and turkey tail. So cordyceps, obviously, if you have ever played The Last of Us, then you know what cordyceps are. But yeah, cordyceps, they can alleviate asthma and bronchitis, which is great because I have asthma. Reduce fatigue, improve physical stamina, potent antioxidant. Reishi is a superfood that promotes liver health, thwarts tumor development, reduces stress, it encourages restful sleep. Lion's mane enhances memory, improves focus and concentration, stimulates neuron growth. Shiitake is an antiviral, anti-inflammatory, anti-tumor, improves bone density, wards off the flu. Turkey tail, guardian of the gut, fights cancer, relieves chronic fatigue and symptoms. And king trumpet, king trumpet fights inflammation, protects against the heart, against heart attack and stroke, reduces high cholesterol, and antioxidant rich. So yeah, that's what I drink every day. I absolutely love Rise. Again, not a sponsor, but mushroom coffee. If you've never tried it before, I highly recommend it. They should sponsor me. I'm just giving free advertising, but it's that good, and I drink it every day, and yeah. Coffee ice pops? I've never even heard of that. Chronic does that too. Smart stuff, Exotic. Oh, you were making a joke. Okay. I like Dunlap for sure. I mean, he's older, but, there's not a lot left. There's not really much else you can do. The cool thing with Rise is you can just throw it in like any cup of water, hot water. And you can throw in, like, if you want like a creamer, you can just throw it in with that. Yeah, monk fruit I heard is great as a sweetener. Now, my goal is to stick to water the rest of the day. I finish this. If I go over, like 49 grams is a lot, but it's way better than 70. And if I have another one, then that's almost 100. So, yeah, if I just stick to water today, I should be good. So yeah. I would love it, Shane. I'd love to get Trey Lance on the Rams. What's up, Rams house? Biggest surprise this Rams preseason? I think the biggest surprise. That's a good question. Good question. Huh. He hasn't put up gaudy numbers, but I would probably say Ronnie Rivers, because he hasn't put up gaudy numbers, but I wasn't expecting him to come out and really grab the bull by the horns. Like, I wasn't expecting him to really make a run for this, running back 3 job. And Ronnie Rivers has just created space, man. It's like there'll be nothing there, no yards available. He creates them himself, runs into a pile of guys immediately right when he has the ball, able to sidestep 2 defenders, get 5 yards out of it. Rivers runs hard. He's able to fend off, would-be tacklers. I mean, Rivers is somebody, it's the good news. See, we just kind of all assumed Larrell Murchison was going to make the roster because he played well last year, but we didn't give that same love and grace to a guy like Ronnie Rivers. He just immediately was considered on the outside looking in. I myself included put him in that, and I think he's done a hell of a job, man. If he doesn't make the team, it's not anything against him, because he's done a hell of a job, and he deserves credit. Think about it. What Ronnie Rivers is doing behind backups, I think he's shown us that if he was behind starters, he's on the field with Stafford or whatever, say for whatever reason he had to start someday, he could go for 100 yards. Like, he could. If he got the carries, he could. And that's the important thing for Ronnie Rivers, I think. That's the important thing. The Rams will not be in play for a Chris Jones trade, no. They wouldn't be able to pay Chris Jones. He's going to need to get paid. That's awful, Exotic. Good Lord. Hopefully I don't turn into a zombie. Rams fan. No guarantees. No guarantees. You're going to Rams Broncos? Nice. That should be fun. I'll do a watch party for Rams Broncos, and then, man, I love to do watch parties for the regular season games, but I don't even know how I'd make that work. I mean, I do know how, but I think I've said it before. If you haven't been here long enough, then you probably don't know. But the thing that I love doing with my family, I see my family, okay? I'm close to my family, but we're all really busy. Like, my brother's killing it, trying to become a drummer. My dad's really busy. My mom's really busy. Like, and she's not even a part of this, but just like, my brother works nonstop. I work nonstop. My dad works nonstop. So we've all kind of had this agreement, like, unspoken, basically, that like Sundays was our days. They obviously know that pregame and postgame, I cover the team. Like, I gotta put out content. I gotta do live streams. But, when it comes to like doing those watch parties, like, I gotta be there, to watch with my, I want to be there to watch with my dad and my brother, because I get that time to spend with them, and that's not going to last forever. So, it's like we've been watching the Rams together for ages, it seems like. So that's why I don't do watch parties, but maybe someday that will change. Maybe it changes this year. I'll let you guys know. The Rams don't win very often, though, when I do watch parties. So I don't mind doing them in a preseason, but... And we'll have 2 this year, don't get me wrong, because we got the primetime we're doing. So it's worth mentioning. A Chris Jones trade, yeah, that would really be like Madden. Love the rookie tight end, Davis Allen, Hilltop. How you doing? Guys, if you haven't already, we got 82 likes. Let's get to 100 before we head on out of here. I'll be going live again over on Kick. If you want additional content, pretty much the same thing. JE Live over there, but I play video games instead. This is also being aired on Kick as well right now, so there's that. But if you haven't already, be sure to follow. We're giving away a free NFL jersey if you follow me and my buddy Gary Sheffield's Kick. I'll post the link to his in the comments section over on Kick. So if you're on there, definitely go and hit him up with a follow, and you'll be entered to win a free NFL jersey of your choosing. How have you not gotten in on this, man? Telling you, free NFL jersey takes 30 seconds. Jake playing Madden, and I got McVay and Frank Reich in my coaching staff. Could that be deadly? Yeah, I like that. Monty Brown, off topic, Jake. Did you happen to see Chris Oladokin? That's how you say it. Chris Oladokin drive for the Chiefs. That man can ball. I did not. But that's interesting. So they got. He was on the Steelers. I guess they cut him. The new Madden is so much better than 23, but it's just like a 7 out of 10 video game. Things I like, things I don't like. All in all, if you feel like you need an NFL football simulation game, go out and buy it now. If you feel like you have that need for it, if you feel like you can wait for it to go on sale. There'll probably be one, I don't know, right around November. And if you feel as though you don't need it at all, then I'd pass on it. It's not like, in terms of games, it's kind of hard to justify it being worth it as a game standalone. Like, you have to be a big football fan to need it. When it's the same price as like a Hogwarts Legacy that's going to give you hours upon hours of gameplay, or like Elden Ring, like those games that are like really well made. It's hard to justify the same that they're the same price. Tyler, I agree. I think Ronnie Rivers definitely needs to be kept. Yeah, Madden did make the Rams hard to play with. That's for certain. Got 87 likes. We got 13 more, and then we hit 100. It's funny. Over 800 views, 126 people on YouTube right now. The average view duration is 14 minutes. That's crazy. That means I guess I'm entertaining, because you guys are staying. That's what that means. $14 minutes average view duration. I mean, that's essentially like those 10-minute videos. That's like you watching the whole thing and then like extra. That's pretty fire. You got a flood warning? Oh, God, that's not good. Yeah, my California friends, be safe. I know you guys are going through, I heard a freaking hurricane and an earthquake. God, what's next? A volcano eruption? Good Lord. The natural disasters are real. $5.1. Still, though. I think Shelton's going to win the job, Kelvin. I think he's just the better player than Allen. That's what I'll say there. I think Allen's a good player, don't get me wrong, but I think that I think Shelton is better, and he is more likely to last a whole 17-game season than Allen is. Allen has never once showed us that he can play a full 17 games. We living in a Roblox simulator? Good Lord. Straw Hat, I like your content. I wish you took on live guest. I'd love to talk Rams football. I could do that. You make us feel good as Rams fans. I saw some shows that brutally drag us. Yeah, I mean, they're all talking heads at the end of the day anyway. I mean, I guess I am too, but all right. I have an idea, okay? I will start doing, let's do a mailbag JE live every week. Maybe an hour of my time live stream, and I bring people on to talk, to ask questions. How's that sound? I'm looking at the comments now. All right, so chat. First things first. Since one way or another, I'm going to have to push the hell out of trying to get people to come over from YouTube to Kick, and not leave YouTube, but I want you guys on Kick as well, if you can. So one way or another, I want to make that happen. So I will try different ways to get you to come over, because it is fun over there. Okay. Here's the thing though. Okay. I think we can make that work. I'm just going to need a few things from you. All right. The first thing is, in order to make it happen, the way I would do it, you would only be eligible to call in based on the only way I can actually make it work on the live stream. This is actually like, you know, tech wise. The only way you'd be able to call in is if you are on our Discord. So if you haven't already, hit that Discord link, sign up, get in that Discord. I can bring you on voice chat moving forward down the road, right? So it's a low ankle sprain for Bruss. Is it? Okay. That's not awful. It's not high ankle sprain, which is not bad. So yeah, everyone go and push the hell out of that Discord right now. Sign up, and that way when I do these mailbags or whatever, you guys can call in right through the Discord. Because what I'll have a voice chat that you guys can just access. But we'll have a waiting room. The waiting room is actually already there. So, yeah. But you have to be in the Discord in order for it to work. Because I can't capture your audio without using the Discord. That's the best way to do it. It's how I have, like, when Gary Sheffield Jr. comes on Kick, he's in my Discord, and that's how we make it work. So that's the only way to make it work. And if you guys haven't already done it on Kick, be sure to hit that Discord link. What's up, Dan? What you said the other day is so true. LOL. Madden on Pro gets kind of easy, but Madden on All Pro is like you have to be a damn near perfect or it gets picked off or sacked. And yet I won the Super Bowl on All Madden, so I don't know what's going on. I don't get it, man. It's weird. Inconsistent difficulties. All right. So yeah. Gotta hit up that Discord. What's up, Will? I mean, I hope their record is just whatever gets them in a playoff berth, but I realistically believe they'll go 10-7. That's what I realistically believe. Y'all gotta join, man. That's the link. That's what I'll that's what I'll do. Maybe we try that tomorrow. We try mailbag. We'd have to do like a question to question basis. Did I just say bassist? Oh my God. Basis. Basis. Not bassist. We're not talking music. Good Lord. You have no idea what team you'd want to be in your franchise rebuilding? I don't know. I think the Texans would be kind of fun. They have kind of a cool looking team. The Colts. I might go with the Colts. Build around Anthony Richardson. That'd be kind of fun. All right. Oh, man. Do you think Roseboom has a chance of starting? I see potential, but I don't think he's going to start. He'll start in the 3-4, but they won't run the 3-4 that much. Relocate a team to Shanghai and name them the Swamp Donkeys to not have to root for another NFL team. Good Lord. There we go. Rams fan has joined Discord. Love it. Keep it coming, guys. Once again, this is the link. Yeah, Alex. Just break out the old school bass that I used to have. Another L for the Yankees. Oh, good Lord. Yeah. They're a joke. Starting DBs, I think it's going to be Jacoby Durant, Ahkello Witherspoon. Ooh, we just got a... Not saying it, but thank you for the follow. Appreciate the follow there. How's it going? Definitely not saying that on the on the air. Let's see. Alex is funny. He really is. Yeah, so anyway, back to Ray. Back to Ray. So Kobe Durant, Akella Witherspoon, Travius Tomlinson, I think the safeties are going to be Russ East and Jordan Fuller to start. And then I think John Johnson will probably start down the road. Yeah, if MDH ends up being a regular, I'm going to have to say MDH. I'm impressed with Tomlinson as well. I think Taylor Lewan is retiring. I think Lake, they want more as a quality special teamer and a guy that can play that dime backer role. He's going to be an important sub-package weapon on the defense, I think, because he can play linebacker. This is true. This is true. What big name do I think most likely ends up on the Rams next season? All right, I'm going to say it. I don't care how bold this is. I think Chase Young is bound to be a Ram. I don't know. I really do. I believe it. Chase Young. I'm not saying they trade for him at the deadline. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying I think he's a Ram next year. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Straw Hat, I see you. Appreciate it. That's going to be your best bet as far as, join the Discord. As far as like doing the mailbag, that's going to be your best bet. That's also, you'll be able to see when I'm going live. It'll post automatically on Discord. Didn't watch the game yesterday. What were the Rams doing? Yeah, it wasn't great. There was some good, there was some bad, and a lot of ugly. So you missed some good stuff out of, pick 6 from Jake Hummel. You missed great play by Trey Tomlinson. Cameron McCutcheon looked good. The offensive line looked good. Davis Allen showed out at tight end. Saw good stuff out of Ronnie Rivers. Stetson kind of struggled, so you didn't really miss a ton there. Keir Thomas looked good. Desjuan Johnson looked good. DeAndre Square looked good. And yeah, that was pretty much it. There's probably other stuff too. I was just generalizing it. Oh my God, what is with the yawning, man? I'm not tired. I'm wide awake. I don't know. Who fills out the tight end after Higbee? It'll be Higbee, Hopkins, and Allen, I think. The returner, it's going to be Kyron Williams and I think Tutu Atwell. Edwin. Jake take is quite ludicrous, bold, and daring to hear the Chase Young will be a Ram next year. I like it. Who's the guy out of Miami? I feel dumb. Oh, Hunter Long. My name on Discord, it's just Jake Ellenbogen. Be sure to hit the thumbs up, guys. 94, just need 6 more for 100. I want to keep that 100 thing going. 100 piece. Also known as the like button. Yeah, I think it'll be a cap casualty. Hunter Long, yeah. I have not, Alex, but I'll take your word for it. I'm not the biggest fan of having Tutu and Kyron return when those are guys that are going to be key guys on the offensive side. Puka Nacua could end up returning too, I think. It'll probably end up being Puka Nacua and what's his face? Ronnie Rivers. I could see that. Yeah. I could definitely see that. Wow, we just hit 2 hours on the stream. Good Lord. Thought on Westbrook with the Lakers. What do you mean, Rams Tube? Like, how did he do when he was on the Lakers? HD, I don't see a head football coach being a female in the NFL anytime soon, but I won't say it'll never happen because there are female coaches in the league. Hey, we got 100 likes. Or we broke 100. We have more than 100 likes. I mean, Rams Tube, I love Westbrook. It's the last jersey I got for the Lakers. I just think it didn't work out. I think his play is very similar to LeBron James. He needs the ball in his hand, and LeBron needs it in his hand. LeBron can play off ball, but I just didn't think they worked well together, which is unfortunate because if they did work well together, I don't think anybody would have been able to stop him, AD, and LeBron. So, yeah, it just didn't work out. I think Russell Westbrook is underrated. He's way overhated, and I think when you look at his play in the Clippers game, in the playoffs when Paul George and Kawhi Leonard weren't available. I thought he elevated it. I thought he was great on the defensive end and, was hard-nosed and strong. And so, I just don't think he gets the credit he deserves. That's what I would say. Oh, and it is hard to have one of your favorite players playing for the freaking Clippers. I'll say that too. That's definitely not easy. Botrix is a very nice person. DeMarcus Robinson be a returner, Jack? I don't know. I'm sure it's possible. Exotic, I think the Lakers are going to be really good this year. I think they have a shot to win it all. I don't understand this talk. Like, they might not even win 45 games. I don't know. I should have made my social media names the Jake Ellenbogen. Oh, my God. That's funny. Have you had your Five Guys order lately, aka the Lizzo meal? I have not lately. I guess lately it counts as 2 weeks ago. So I guess yes, I have. I agree with that, Alex. It's going to be harder for females to break into, that head coaching position. This is what I would say, okay? Probably one of the most qualified coaches, like head coaches, female options that have come out in a while was Becky Hammond, and she didn't get picked. The NBA didn't want her, so she went to the WNBA. She was very much in the running to be a head basketball coach, and she didn't get it. So I'm like, that's the closest we've gotten, and she didn't get it, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's killing it in the WNBA, though. I think she just won a title, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I don't really follow, but... Frosted Lemonade is a 9 out of 10. I think it's phenomenal. Yeah. Renegade, thank you. I thought it was with the Aces, so I'm glad I'm on to something. I'm on to something. How much is a meal at Five Guys nowadays? It's like, I don't know, $20. Dan, I am gaming tonight. Yep. I will be gaming. I'm thinking we'll probably do a raid. Wrap up this live stream, and then give me, like, I don't know, it's almost 10, so give me until 10:30, and then I'll do a gaming live stream on Kick. So if you guys want to be in on that, or you want to be in on the film breakdown live stream, YouTubers, definitely go and check that out. Link is literally pinned at the top of the comments on YouTube, that Kick link. You'll also be entered to win an NFL jersey. You just have to follow Gary Sheffield Jr. as well. So do I use a mic on Warzone? So I only, and this is the thing, if you guys ever want to play with me online, I only use Discord. I do not use a mic on Warzone. I only use Discord. So what's up, Eric? Unfortunately, I'm going to be calling it here. So yeah, if you guys want more content from me, you got any additional questions or anything, want to hang out with me, I'm going to be taking a quick break, ending the stream, going on Kick, and we'll probably play some Warzone and Madden tonight. So I'll be on my kick.com/jkbogan, URL. You can find that. If you want to sign up and follow me, it takes 30 seconds and you'll be entered to win a free NFL jersey of your choosing. But yeah, that's going to do it. I'm going to go and send a raid over to a streamer I just really like. She's not over on Kick anyway. She is not at all small, but I'm just a big fan of hers. So she's playing Warzone right now. I'm going to send you guys over. But you guys take care. I'll see you guys soon. Later, folks.